famous judge humiliates a biker in public. Minutes later, he begged for mercy. The courtroom air was thick with judgment. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead, casting a cold glow on the polished wood and stern faces. At the center of it all stood Alex, a leather-clad biker with grease-stained hands and eyes that had seen too much too young. Across from him, elevated on his bench like a king on a throne, sat Judge Alistair Thompson. Known across the state for his iron fist and sharper tongue, the judge had built his reputation on one principle: mercy was weakness. "Alexander Reeves," the judge began, voice dripping with condescension. "Another traffic violation, another reckless decision. Do you even own a mirror, son? Or do you prefer to see the world only through the distorted lens of your own poor choices?" Laughter rippled through the gallery. Alex kept his gaze fixed on the floor, jaw tight. He'd been here before, not in this courtroom, but in this moment, the moment when the world decided who he was before he could speak a word. "You ride that death machine like you own the road," Judge Thompson continued, leaning forward. "But today, you answer to someone who actually does own authority. 30 days, community service, and I suggest you use that time to reflect on why society has no place for men who think rules don't apply to them." The gavel cracked like thunder. But as the bailiff moved toward him, Alex didn't slump in defeat. Instead, he reached slowly into his jacket pocket. The courtroom fell silent. "Your Honor," Alex said, his voice quiet but steady, "before you sentence me, there's something you should see." Judge Thompson scoffed. "I've seen enough." "No," Alex insisted gently, "I don't think you have." From his pocket, he pulled a tarnished silver medallion, worn at the edges, engraved with the words, "Courage in Crisis." He placed it on the defense table. 10 years ago, on Highway 9 near Miller's Curve, a teenager lost control of his sports car during a rainstorm, hydroplaned straight into oncoming traffic. The judge's smirk faltered, his knuckles whitened on the bench. A motorcycle swerved, took the impact meant for that car, threw himself between metal and fate. The rider was thrown 30 feet, broken ribs, concussion, but the kid in the car, he walked away with barely a scratch. A tremor passed through Judge Thompson's hand, unseen, unspoken, but there. "That kid," Alex's voice softened, "had your eyes, Your Honor. And when I helped him out of that wrecked car, he kept saying one thing over and over: 'Tell my dad I'm sorry. Tell Judge Thompson I'm sorry.'" The courtroom vanished. The gavel, the robes, the authority, all of it crumbled in an instant. Judge Thompson's face drained of color. His son, Michael, the accident he'd never fully spoken of, the mysterious biker who'd vanished before thanks could be given. "You," the judge whispered, rising unsteadily. "You were the one?" Alex nodded. "I never wanted recognition, but I also never thought the man whose son I saved would be the same man who looks at me like I'm garbage." Tears welled in the judge's eyes, real, unfiltered, human. He covered his face with trembling hands. For the first time in 20 years on the bench, Judge Alistair Thompson was speechless. Not because he had nothing to say, but because every word he'd ever spoken in judgment now felt like ash in his mouth. "Recess," he choked out before stumbling from the bench. 20 minutes passed in hushed silence. When the judge returned, he didn't sit. He walked slowly to the center of the courtroom, stood before Alex, and did what no one thought possible. He bowed his head. "I have spent my life judging books by their covers," Judge Thompson said, voice breaking, "and today I judged a hero by his leather jacket. I am sorry, Alex, not as a judge to a defendant, but as a father to the man who saved my son's life." He turned to face the stunned gallery. "We wear robes and sit on high benches to remind ourselves of justice. But justice without mercy is just cruelty in disguise. And I have been cruel." With a deep breath, he amended the sentence, not with legalese, but with purpose. "Alex Reeves will not serve 30 days in a cell. Instead, he will stand before our youth, our troubled kids, our lost souls, and tell them what courage really looks like. Not in courtrooms, not in robes, but on broken roads, in pouring rain, when one man chooses to sacrifice himself for a stranger. As Alex left the courthouse that day, something extraordinary happened. People didn't look away. They nodded. They smiled. A young boy on a bicycle stopped and said, "My dad told me what you did today. Thank you." And Judge Thompson? He began a new chapter, presiding not just with law, but with heart. He started a program pairing former offenders with mentors. He spoke openly about his failure. And every year on the anniversary of that courtroom moment, he and Alex would share a coffee and remember, redemption isn't about erasing the past. It's about rewriting the future. This story reminds us, behind every scar is a story. Behind every judgment is a soul waiting to be seen. If this touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it today, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that heal the soul. Tell us in the comments, have you ever been misjudged only to have someone see the real you? Where are you watching from today? Your story matters, your voice matters, and together we're building a world where second chances aren't rare, they're expected. Because hope isn't just a feeling, it's a choice we make, one act of kindness at a time. Thanks for watching.